Yes, sir. We can now start.
Shall I wait for a minute or?
Please go ahead. Yeah.
So, creativity is a habit, and the best creativity is the result of good work habits. The true sign of intelligence is not knowledge, but imagination. Good morning to all. Hope you all are safe and healthy. Today, I, Dr. Pooja Jain, on behalf of IIMM and Nirvan University, welcome all the eminent personalities and big wheel participants to the online national webinar. We are going to have a captivating learning session with our themed speaker on the topic Creative Thinking, Ways and Means. We are grateful for the gracious presence of Professor Dr. D.K. Virana, sir. He is currently working as Honorary Secretary, Institution of Engineers India, Belagavi Local Central, Karnataka. He is having in-depth knowledge of professional and personal front, commands high respect and affection with all levels. Before we commence with today's program, I would like to present a brief description of IIMM and Nirvan University, Jaipur. Our university has been endorsed as one of the most promising universities of North India. The university is well known for its excellence in overall development-based education of students to facilitate skill building, entrepreneurship development, and creation of leading professionals. With the focus of employability, our university keep on taking such initiatives for the continuous development of both students and faculties. Now here, I would like to take this opportunity to present a brief profile of our keynote speaker, Professor Dr. D.K. Virana, sir. Sir is PhD in the field of Total Quality Management from Anna University, Chennai. He has completed his bachelor's and master's from BVB College of Engineering and Technology, Hooghly, Masters of Business Administration in System. Our keynote speaker has 22 years of experience in teaching and 42 research papers published in national and international journals. Presently, Sir is involved in AICTE textbook committee as a lead author for the first year engineering textbook on workshop manufacturing practices. He is coordinating the mechanical engineering science for technical dictionary in Kannada language by Vishwarya Technological University, Belagavi, Karnataka. His strong academic and vast experience is valuable for organizing students' projects, training, seminar, conferences, faculty development programs, and entrepreneurship awareness program, which is funded from projects from BTU, AICTE, and many more. He has received 3 awards at national level. He is a life member of various national and international professional bodies. Now, before going ahead, we are thankful to the Honorable Professor President, Pro-President Ravi Sir at Nirvan University and Chairman at Indian Institute of Material Management, Jaipur, for their generous presence and who have always encouraged and motivated us by their never-ending support, passion, foresight, vision for the education system. We are very much delighted and feel highly invigorated by his presence in the caption webinar. Dr. Ravi Goyal is alumnus of NIT Jaipur and actively working in the leadership role since last 2 decades. He is President, Institute Innovation Council and Honorary Education Chair, SHM Regional Council for Green and Eco-Friendly Movement, Rajasthan and Chairman of Award Committee for Engineers Excellence Award by Institution of Engineers Rajasthan State Center. He has visited more than 10 countries, more than 110 national and international research publication to his credit, author of 15 books and 7 patents to his credit. He has received more than 30 awards. Sir, please enlighten us with your few words.
Thank you, Dr. Pooja. So, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
First of all, on behalf of IIM Jaipur and Nirvan University Jaipur, I welcome you all in this webinar on very relevant topic. I would like to welcome today's chief guest and keynote speaker, Professor Virana, sir. Sir, welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
I would like to welcome my colleagues of Nirvan University, Jaipur, and fellow colleagues from IIM, Engineer Purushottam Khandelwal, National Councillor, IIM Jaipur, Engineer A.K. Goyal Saab, Vice Chairman, IIM Jaipur, moderator of this program, Dr. Pooja Jain Kasliwal, and friends connected via social media across the globe. So IIM Jaipur is having, IIM as a whole is having around 10,000 members with wide network of 52 branches and 19 chapters of professionals engaged in materials management, responsible for planning, sourcing, logistic, and supply chain management. And our university, Nirvan University Jaipur, is incorporated by Act number 2 of 2017 of Government of Rajasthan, and it is promoted by Nirvan Charitable Trust. At Nirvan University Jaipur, we are running various courses like certificate, diploma, advanced diploma, UG, PG, and PhD program. And this university is located at the Pink City, Jaipur. So once again, I welcome you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. So now we can start. So over to you, Virana, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Please give me the
Sir, received?
no, not it, ma'am.
Okay.
Alok, please look into it.
Yeah. I hope my screen is visible now. Yeah. Good morning to everybody, and I am delighted to be part of this webinar on creative thinking. I heard and I have seen a lot of initiatives happening in the Nirvan University and IIM Jaipur. I last 2 months, in fact, last 2 months back, when I connected with Professor Dr. Ravi K. Goyal, I talked to him personally also. I understood that he is so active and he is collaborating a lot of activities in and around. He is just now I heard he has a lot of academic background, administrative background, and I know his guru also. He is Professor Manish Chaturvedi. He was telling about Ravi K. Goyal Saab also, and once when he talked to me, he was telling why can't he involve with the IIM. Even though I am already around 13 professional society member, and currently I am honorary secretary, but even then I never knew about IIM activities. After that, when he given me the some inputs, I checked in the website also. Now by next month I will become a member for IIM also. That is my motto now. And I thank all the people who are organizing behind the screen for organizing. Thank you for this opportunity, and let us start with the theme, the creative thinking ways and means. Just the creativity is a very common term where anybody can understand what is creative. We regularly we use he is very creative, she is very creative, they are very creative, the company is creative, like that. It is almost become an adjective to any people or anything who are very specific or who are thinking in a different way. Then let us go with the roadmap of today's presentation. This is the roadmap or today's presentation overview. Let us usually it happens with the introduction only because to make the observers or the viewers or the listeners to what exactly the topic itself, and why creativity is required for everybody, and how to be creative, and areas of concern, issues and misuse also, and we'll end up with the question answers, and finally we have to say bye-bye once the time is over. This is what the roadmap of today's presentation now. Then let us see, we'll go with accordingly the introduction. By seeing this slide, one can say it is a Kia motor vehicle, and there are people who have created something new in that. They are written as a Maine Pyar Kiya. This is how the people are so creative. Whenever you are traveling in the bus or in the your own vehicle, you can see in and around there are a lot of creative people are existing. Even the auto drivers, they have written a lot of things, and even the truck backside, they have written a lot of things. This is what by being an automobile engineer, most of the things I talk about the automotive and the mechanical related, and this inspired me. See how they have so creative. Even the Kia motors may not be thought of, the people will put or use this Kia motors for this advertisement also as a Maine Pyar Kiya. And one more is this, the Tata has come up with Tiago. It is a regional language in our Kannada. They are written Matte Beti Agona. It is just a translation of Fir Milenge. They have used this. See the terms, whatever they come up with the names of the vehicle. There are so many people so creative. They use it, they coin it, they become or they come up with a new terminology or new terms. See, this is how exactly the creativity is not laying in any universities or any academics. It is everywhere. Only thing is we should be able to observe and assimilate, and we have to execute, and we have to appreciate. That is what the creativity lies in, and creativity is. Then let us go with the formal, as usual, definitions. The creative thinking is the ability to approach challenges, reframe them into possibilities, and come up with new, fresh, and sometimes unexpected ideas to solve them. I think by seeing this definition, some may be assimilating what exactly the creativity and creative thinking is. Some may be, there are jargons of words. Some may be, what is this approach? What is this challenge? What is this reframing? What is possibilities? What is fresh? What is unexpected? See, a lot of high-end terms are utilized here. By seeing this, the people may be getting fear. Oh, it is not our cup of tea. The creativity is something else. We can't do all these things at once to become a creative. No need. Let us go with some a simple terminology. The creativity is a phenomena whereby something new and valuable is formed. Let us make it very simple. Now you can see the creativity. We understood that it is a phenomena. It is a process. You can see the process is it is taking from input to the output or something like that. Whenever we call as a process, there is a input, there is a process, then it is an it has to give the output. And here some more terms are coming up with, as usual, the creativity should come up with a new. At the same time, it has to end up with a valuable. And unless until it creates the value, or it come up with a value, we can't call it as a creative one. Otherwise, it is just for entertainment. What you have seen in the backside of the vehicle, it is just for the entertainment there. It is not giving any value. It is not. But sometimes the people may get happy. That is also valuable only. The experience, what they are getting, you can't take the experience as only the numbers. Even the happiness or whatever the feeling they get, that is also can be called as a valuable. It is creating that value. The created item may be intangible. See, there are two terms involved here. One is tangible and one is intangible. The creativity may be seen or touched or smelt, or you can feel it, but sometimes it may not be so also. In that way, the creativity is in the both the forms. Most of the time we can see the creativity when we feel or when we see the physical appearance of the object, but sometimes it is intangible also. I will come to that point also when we talk about the literature. It may be in the form of the idea, or it may be in the form of the scientific theory or the formulas, or in the musical notes, compositions, unless until it becomes a note, or the songs or something like that. And even the jokes which are in the mind, which are not written or which are not expressed as told. And usually we know that the creative things can be visualized, or they are tangible. You can see them physically when the inventions are there, when the printed literary comes, or when the paintings are there, when the musics are comes, and when the picture is come, or so many things are there. This is how the Wikipedia has given the definition of the creativity. And now I think we are comfortable with what creativity is. Creativity is a phenomena and it should create new things, and it should be valuable. These three terms we have to coin with for creativity. And we'll go a little bit something else. Then how creativity and who are the creative, and whom we have to call as a creative. Creativity is the ability of the person or a group. See, now we are a bit diversifying. It is not the individual also. The creativity may not be a single. Creativity may happen with a group of people also. To make something new, useful and valuable. Now see, another new term is added here, useful. Earlier it was new and valuable. Now we are adding one more term. It should be useful. Unless until it is useful, even though it is valuable, if it cost for crores together, then also it is no use unless until it becomes useful. Or process of making something new and useful or valuable. It happens in all the areas of the life. See, now in our education system, we bifurcated ourselves to categorize them as a science, arts, literature, science, engineering, business administration, something like that. Even the law, medical, medicine, something like that. We have bifurcated, but there is no boundary for the creativity. It is laying and interwoven and underlying every field of the education or every field of the life. As a personal ability, it is very difficult to measure. See, this is very, very important term I have coined here, because creativity is it is a personal, or it may happen with a group of people, but at the same time it is a mental ability. At the same time, it is very difficult to measure. You can't, by seeing the person, you can very easily judge he is 5.7 feet height and he is 60 kg weight, he is pretty, or she is pretty, he is handsome, she is beautiful, something like that. By physical or aesthetic, you can very easily judge, but you can't judge the creativity of the person by physical appearance. Even by seeing his graduation degree certificates, you can say, yes, he is a doctorate, he is a postgraduate, he is a postdoctoral, something like that. But for the creativity, there is no certificate. There is no certificate for the creativity. You can't judge, or you can't see that who is creative and how the people are creative also. And this is a very typical and very interesting fact about the creativity. You can't judge, or you can't measure. There is no scale for the measurement of the creativity unless until it has come up with a new product or new ideas which is visible. Then only you can say it is a creative. Unless it is inside, then you can't measure it also. That is the one major thing we have to understand about the creativity. Let us move further. Yeah. In the again bit explanation is given here. The scholarly interest in creativity is found in the number of disciplines. Just now I was talking about it is interwoven across the areas of the education system. It may be in the psychology, it may be in the business studies, it may be in the form of the cognitive sciences. As we academicians, we know that there are three domains of the learning: the cognitive, affective, and the psychomotor learning, and this comes under the cognitive sciences. And however, it can also be found in education, the humanities, technology, engineering, philosophy, particularly philosophy of science. We will come to this, why the philosophy is. And the theology. Theology is about the realistic explanations, or the literatures which are talking about the religious theories. And the sociology we know, the linguistic we know, the arts, economics, mathematics. Almost it covers all the areas which it is not left, it is not unturned any stone. It has taken across the globe and across the disciplines. These disciplines cover the relations between creativity and general intelligence, personality type, mental and neural processes. Now we are converging what exactly we want to tell, and how the creativity is happening. It is a mental and neural process. Unless until it takes place in the brain, or it takes a shape in the memory, unless until it takes in the brain activity, it will not be a creative. Mental health, artificial intelligence. Because of that, it has taken up from the mental to the physical appearances. In this way, the creativity is lying across, and it is flowing every field. And now we have to conclude with this slide. It is a mental ability. Unless until it is a mental ability or mentally processed, we can't call it as a creativity. Then what for we are using this creativity? Creativity is required for everybody, and everywhere it is required. Even earlier we used to see when we were in the kids, people, our parents or our grandparents, they used to say, he is so creative, he is never sit idly, he do this, that, something like that. After that, when we grown up, our creativity kills because of the education or because of so many aspects are there. We can't say because of this or because of that. It all goes with the nature only. The potential for fostering creativity through education and training. Now the question comes, whether creativity is inherent or it can be modified or it can be trained. Yes, definitely it can be trained. You can modify your behaviors in the creativity through the education, through the proper training. Then you can make them for as a better or a creative person. At the same time, the fostering of creativity for national economic benefit, this is very important. Unless until it is for the national benefit or the economic benefit, it will not be called as a creativity, because there are so many people who are creative, but it is misused. I will come to that last slide, issues and misuse, and the application of the creative resources to improve the effectiveness of teaching and learning. See, this is what about last point is about we have to end up with the academics only. That's why teaching learning is coming up here. Why we have to be creative? Even after the post COVID, we are seeing a lot of, earlier we used to blame our students, we used to abuse our students, we used to scold our students not to carry the mobile phones. Now earlier the mobile phones are not allowed in the school or the colleges. Now the schools are and colleges are coming into the mobile. The mobiles are the main areas, are the main devices by which we are teaching and learning. This is how the implementation of the creativity is not excluded in any other areas. Even in the teaching learning also we have included this creativity. This is how the creativity is required for everybody and anybody. And we know this Bloom's taxonomy. When we talk about the academics, we know the revised Bloom taxonomy. There are 6 levels, and 2 levels we call it as a lower order thinking, LOTs, and there are 4, usually they call it as a 3 as a higher order thinking, and the middle one, the apply, is comes under half of the portion comes under lower order and half of the comes under the upper order. Let us don't discuss about that. Just see what this picture is all about. This picture talks about the revised Bloom's RBTs, revised Bloom taxonomy. Here the highest order of thinking is the create. That's why I want to relate it to the creativity with the creative. Unless until it is going to create anything or create, then it will not be called as a creativity. This is how you can see that creativity is the highest order thinking ability to be incorporated or to inculcated in all the individuals when they are in the study. This is how the expectation of the education is also there. Even the any accreditation bodies, they say you have to reach your academics or your syllabuses to make the students to reach the highest order thinking as a create. That's why we have the final year projects in our engineering as well as in the MBAs. Even in a lot of projects are incorporated in other disciplines also. This is how the creativity has come. Create is related to the creativity. Create only. This is how you have to be creative about the academics. Otherwise the people will not be they will go with only the remembering or understanding, or only they will recall or recollect, something like that. Unless until you make them to understand, apply them, analyze them, evaluate them, and create them, then this is the highest order thinking capacity you can develop. This is what the education and our syllabus is required. This is how we have to train our students to make them to create. Then let us see why does creativity and why the creativity is important, how the people are respected, the creative people. Being a creative help you to become a better problem solver. See, most of the time, how the people are promoted in the higher positions, because of their problem solving abilities, because of their creativity, because of their administration skills. The administration is nothing but the problem solving only, because when you go up in the upper ladder, automatically your visibility comes in this fashion. Your perspective is a different level. Okay, in that way, unless until you are a problem solver, you can't manage the higher levels. That is what the being creative is. You should be a better problem solver. At the same time, where you have to solve that problem, it is both in life as well as in the work, because we have seen a lot of problems in the after COVID and post COVID. We are seeing a lot of things are changed in our life as well as in our work culture. This is what the creativity is required in all these areas. Otherwise, it is very difficult for anybody to become a creative. The creativity helps you to see the things differently and better deal with uncertainty. This is very important. See, when you are creative, you can manage a lot of things. At the same time, you can come up very easily the uncertainties, because in everybody's life, we are seeing, even personally, we come across a lot of uncertainties. There is a one interesting poem you might have read in when you are in school, The Road Not Taken, the Robert Frost. It goes like that. There are two roads diverged in the wood, and I have taken the road which is less traveled. See, in that way, the creativity helps you to see how exactly the things will. The imagination is also required. Unless until you are imaginative, you can't go through that path, because you can oversee, you can forecast. See, if I take this path, what will happen? If I take this path, then what will happen? If you are able to analyze, if you are able to visualize, foresee the things, forecast the things, then you will become a very good analyzer, and you can become a creative. Studies show that creative people are better able to live with uncertainties. See that even the study and the research has telling the creative people will live with the uncertainties, because they enjoy the problems. Otherwise, they will not, because most of the time you might have seen the people who are very creative, very enthusiastic, they say, I am not getting any, ये नहीं लग रहा है, इधर अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, ये आई एम नॉट कंफर्टेबल, ये तो कुछ उसमें मजा ही नहीं आ रहा है, ऐसे कुछ लोगों का सुना है। ये क्योंकि ये बिकॉज ऑफ दे आर वेरी क्रिएटिव एंड दे कांट सिट आइडियली, they want to do the lot of things. You might have seen the very small kids of year 1 and 2. If you put the toys, they will do a lot of things, because of they don't understand, they are very creative, they want to join, they want to combine, they want to collaborate, a lot of things they will do, they will experiment. Then they may not be knowing what is the end process, but at least they are trying to join, combine all those things. This is what they required. We have to live with that uncertainty, then only we can become very creative. This is what the basics are there with our creativity. Now we'll move to the next level. Why you have to be creative? Yes, by seeing this picture, we can get a lot of inputs here. By seeing this picture, wow, beautiful picture. Somebody say, yeah, it is body and mind is full of colors. And some perspective maybe say there are one side we are seeing a lot of colors, and some one side we are seeing only the dark colors. Yes, it is all the perception. Why the picture is so relevant? In one side of the body, you can now only we talk about the head. In the head we have the eyes, all those things are there. At the same time, we basically we talk about the brain here, because it is a psychological aspect. When we talk about the brain, there are two parts of the brain, everybody knows, and even the doctors better know this, the medical students. And the thing is, it is very there are two parts, right part and the left part. Even in the heart also we have left and right, but we may not be knowing what exactly it functions. There is no prescribed rule for that. The right part has to do only this, or left part has to only do this. There is no what is that agenda is given to the brain. The left part only has to do only this part, and right part has to only do this. It is all just an analysis, because we can't get the inputs from that, because the brain is it's only a small one handful of size it is. Okay, it is very small. Even then, because of some analysis, the people might have derived these are the basics which will be in the right part and which are in the left part. Let us see what is there in the right. The creativity is the first term which is in the right side. That's why the earlier figure was colorful. Because of the creativity, we can see a lot of colors, imaginations are there, innovations are there, and all the emotions, art, dimensions, adventures, impulses, holistic, visuals, imaginative, all those things which are we call as a creative things, they are all almost lying in the right hand side. If you take about the left hand side, again you can see a lot of the cognitive skills, writing skills, and the analysis skills, the planning skills, factual things, or the words, digitals, and a lot of objective things you can see in the left hand side. And most of the time, after seeing the lot of definitions we have seen, it has to create new, valuable, and economic. It should be a national benefit. See, when we coin all these four terms, the creativity is not only laying in the left hand side, because to become an economical, it has to be an analysis part. It has to be synthesis. It should be play with the numbers. That's why we can't say the creativity is totally a right hand part. It has to go towards left. It has to come right. It has to both left, right, it has to make. Otherwise, only if we lean towards only the right, the analysis part, synthesis part will go out. That's why we said it is the creativity is intangible. You may not check it whether it is talking about the empathy or it is talking about the synthesis. Okay, something like that. That's why we just understand that it is both the left and right part is used for the creativity, and only this maybe around 60-70% maybe right part may be utilized, but even the left part is also important for to become a creativity. And why the brain is so important? Because we, in the medical terms also, we have seen when the brain is dead, the people will be, the person will be declared as a dead. Even our body functions or heart functions or the some other organs functions also. If the brain is dead, then automatically in medical terms they call it as a dead body. That's why the brain is very important to be creative. Let us see who is creative then. How these creative persons can be characterized, or what are the features, what are the functions they used to do. Here there are some aspects from my perspective I have added. Usually they are imaginative persons, they are optimistic, they are very curious, they are able to relate the things, what they see and what they feel, and they should be flexible, and they should be accepting the challenges, and at the same time they should enjoy that, able to suspend the judgment. They can't stick to the one judgment whatever they take in the beginning, and it all depends upon the perspective from which angle you are seeing the things. And these are the few things. Let us elaborate these things in the further slides. Yes, let us go with the imagination. Imagination is the ability to form mental images. Most of the time, just after seeing the brain, we can see that there is a lot of things will go into the memory or in the background of the mental analysis. There is phonological passages or analogies. A lot of things will happen in the brain only. And see that are narratives of something that is not perceived through our senses. Even before we put it into the pen and paper, the lot of things will happen in the background. If I want to draw an elephant, then elephant picture will narrated, and that images or the phonological passages will get into my mind. Then only I can through our sensory, through the hand, through the eyes, through the through the pen, I can write the things. This is how the imagination transforms into the creativity. Imagination also gives us ability to see the things from other points of view and empathize. That's what you can see from the different perspective. Just I have one video here. It is the vein detector video. It is available in the NPTEL also. Just I will share that. Can you see the video?
Sir, we can hear sound only.
Sir?
Sound is audible, but video is not visible.
Okay, just a minute, sir. Just a minute. I will share it again. A lot of things are open. That's why I think. Just
Sir, we can play. Okay, fine. Yeah.
Is it visible, sir, now?
Your this is
Sir, that
Sir?
sir, folder is visible. File and folders are visible.
Oh, it is that coming up.
sir. If required, we can play at last also.
Ah, sir. Ah, sir. Yeah, not an issue. Yeah, I'll go with the presentation. Yeah. Then there was a video about the wind detector, how exactly the wind detector is designed. I will come to that at the end. If the video doesn't play, then I will give the brief idea how exactly the wind detector is developed. And we usually call it is for everybody. Optimistic, the creativity may not be only restricted to for a person who is creative. Everybody should be optimistic. Usually we see this as a impossible can be converted into I am possible. Yeah, it is required. Unless until we are optimistic, it is very difficult to become creative. Otherwise, our mind will just ring around, or it will just go around that concepts only. That's why if you are able to be come out of that problems, then obviously automatically you will be creative. If you take the example of the superstar Amitabh Bachchan, if you see in the 1996 when he opened the ABCL Corporation, he is almost even in many interviews he has given he stated he was almost reached the bankrupt. Then he started the we never seen in the Amitabh Bachchan in the small screen. Then he started with the advertisement like Hajmol also, and a lot of small advertisement. We never expected the person will come up with these kind of the advertisement brand ambassador. Then now we wondered he is the highest paid small screen ambassador now. Almost all the good advertisements you can see his faces. You can see now almost in all the Hindi pictures you can see a lot of variety of pictures has come up with. This is how he is optimistic. He never give up in that particular point of time. He is optimistic, and this is how the inspiration comes. And we must be very curious. See, we must be very curious in the sense we have to be visualize. We have to observe a lot of things. See, this is one example. We can see the lotus which grows in the mud as well as in the water. You just keenly observe the leaves of the lotus flower, or any kind of the leaf also. You can see that the water may not stick to that petals. Most of the time you can see that they will run away from that petals. This technology or this science has given us a lot of inputs to develop the nanotechnology. The nanotechnology is a branch of the science where it comes under the mechanical, even it comes under the physics, chemistry, a lot of areas it is covering. The nanotechnology is nowadays able to develop a nano clothes textile. In nano clothes, I will come to that point also. In the nano is coming with a lot of medical equipments also. Even I am also involved in some nano experiments, nano composite experiments we are doing about these teeth dentures. That one project I'm involved in that. And in nanotechnology, which is coming with the textile, you can see the soldiers who are staying in the icebergs as well as in the Siachen. The minus 20 degree, minus 30 degree, it is very pathetic. You can't survive. Even in our winter season, if you go outside your home, when you come back after 5 minutes, you touch your clothes, you can see that it is just you can see that you can feel that wet, as well as you can see that the cold in that even the clothes. But this nanotechnology is come up with clothes where this is totally a dry one, as it is just like a soaked in the sun. Okay, it is just like a just it is a hot only. It is not getting any wetness or no water will going to touch that. If that is the case, then automatically your body will be in the warm condition. That kind of the clothes are developing. Even the hand gloves are developed with this clothes. Even you can put your hands in the hazardous chemicals also, because it will not going to touch. Even it will just slide away, or it will fall away, or it will just drop away from your that cloth. It will not going to wet in that. Even in the liquid also, you can put your hands with the clothes and you can just stir it or whatever you want. Okay, in that way the nanotechnology has developed. It is just inspiration. Just if you are curious why the leaf is not getting wet, if you think in that direction, automatically you will get a lot of answers. You can create a lot of things. This is how these are called as a biomimics. That will come, I will come to that part next. And we should be able to relate the things. This is what the sculpture, if you go to the any temples or wherever, you can see this. Now our kids are very much eager to have this kind of the toy for their play. And even if you see, this is a long back, you can see this. Even if you see Mahabharata, Ramayana, a lot of aeroplanes and all other things were there. Even the communication system, what we are now we are saying, a lot of things you can get inspired. Just our ability should be able to relate how exactly they did. Why can't we do this? This is the mimicking or relating will give you a different perspective to incorporate this. This is how you can correlate and you can relate the things. And I said the creativity should have flexibility. Then by seeing this picture, you may wonder where is this flexibility? Whether she is wearing the flexible dress or her hairs are flexible. This is what the advertisement company will do, insert a lot of things in their advertisement. They will get confused. Actually, this flexibility, I am talking about the mobile phone here. But here, there are a lot of flexibility. How the idea should be flexible is, you can see the mobile phone almost replaced around 15 to 20 applications. It has replaced the clock, it has replaced the camera, it has replaced the radio, it has replaced the Walkman, tape recorder, lot. You can count anything, even the games, even the computer, even the presentations, a lot of things it has replaced. See, the your creative idea should be flexible. Yeah, when you are flexible, you can able to accommodate a lot of things. This is how even the advertisement media is a very creative media, we call. A lot of see, even in the serial half an hour, there are a lot of attractions is there about the advertisements only. Most of the time we used to sit for seeing the advertisements only more than the serials. In that way they are very creative and they are creating a lot of good things. It should be eye catchy and it should be instantly give the messages also. In that way it should be, the creativity should have the flexibility. and you should be challenging. You should be the creative person should enjoy that challenges which are posed. He should not run away because where the challenge is, those challenges you just able to relate them. You can correlate, or otherwise you can club it. You can come up with the new solutions. There is just now I was telling there is a new science or the new discipline is coming with the biomimic. The lot of innovations are coming with the biomimic. What they are doing, they are inspired by the animals or the plants or the nature. They are including that. One example is about the Kingfisher, the bullet trains in the 1990s Japan's, when about the sports shoes and the automotive body. Just I will explain them in the next slide. This is the one interesting story, and recently I read about this. The Kingfisher beak has inspired the Japanese scientist to develop the bullet train. We know the bullet train runs in 400 kilometers or something like that. You just imagine, as we mechanical engineers, we know that how the fluid mechanics works and the Mach number, wave number, all those things, and what is the aerodynamics. A lot of things are there, but as a in the nature, the Kingfisher may not be knowing all this. What is Mach number? What is the all these things? But these scientists earlier, when it is developed in the Japan, it was creating a lot of sound and a lot of vibrations. The people who are staying just beside that railway track, the cities, it was creating a hell lot of the problems to them. Then they decided how to minimize this noise. Then one day they found the Kingfisher has inspired them, biomimic. The Kingfisher, you may be knowing, it is a very small bird which will get into about 5 meters, get into the water, and it will catch the fish. You may be knowing the fish are very sensitive animals. Even they can hear the sound or the vibrations or any frequencies about 10 meters up from the water level where they are staying. But the Kingfisher is so clever, it can go quickly before giving the signal. That's why its peak is designed in such a way that it will not create even that kind of noise to the fishes when it catches the fish. That's why this biomimic has created or inspired a lot of things in engineers. That's why you can see the resemblance of this peak and the nose of the train. And even nowadays, we are seeing a lot of cars are coming with very typical designs. Even the cheetah has inspired them to make this kind of the designs. Even I have read somewhere in the Audi cars, they are coming with the cobra eyes as a design, this one for the headlights. And you can see the bottom one, the Black Panther, the cheetah. You can see that headlights, it looks like that only, the eyes of in the night, eyes of the cat, you can see in this fashion only. See, these are all the inspirations. The scientist, how many varieties they have to create, unless because aesthetic matters a lot in the automotive industries, because people are require variety. Even in the design, even the engine component, all those are a technical part, because there are a lot of things in the decision making. You all knowing that is one is analysis and another one is intuition. And because we technical people, even though we know what is the engine power, what is the torque, what it is the braking distance, even though we know everything, but most of the time we go with the appeal or the aesthetics of the vehicle. That's why this has a lot of pressure on the engineers to become a creative. The next one is one more, the sports shoe has got the inspiration from the lizards. It has to have a grip because they have to run in this one. This shoe also has a biomimic in that. And the next thing is we have to suspend our judgment. ये तो हिंदी फिल्म और एक्शन फिल्म में होता है, बस मैं एक बार बोल दिया तो बस हो गया वो। एक बार जो मैं कमिट कर दिया तो फिर मैं अपने आप को भी नहीं सुनता. These are all the action you can say, but it will not work. As a creative person, you have to be flexible, you have to re-accommodate, you have to reconsider. Yeah, अपने आप होता है. Most of the time, when you are in the higher position, you should not say एक बार मैं बोल दिया तो बस हो गया. बस you have to see that you have to accommodate. Unless until you have that accommodative nature, you can't become a flexible, you can't become a creative person. That is how you have to accommodate, and you have to suspend your judgment. No need of ego, and you have to see that the outcome is important. And the most important thing is perspective. You have to see from the different directions. Don't argue with the people from your end. Now I am seeing the 4, but the other person is seeing only the 3. Yes, it happens. It is the illusion. And you have to put it into other shoes. Then only you will feel that empathy, sympathy, all those matters comes. Otherwise, if you are sticking to your perspective, your vision or your views, then it is very difficult to be creative. That's why you should be accommodative and you are too flexible, so that you can develop a better creative skills. This is what the few characteristics are the what do you call the features of a creative person. Let us go with our main theme. What are the ways and means to become a creative? Then these are also, everybody knows this. Brainstorming gives a lot of ideas. Then you have to mind map, you have to morphological metrics, Scamper technique is there, value guard is there, draft strategy is there. Let us see one example we will take how exactly you can map this, you can become a creative. Just one common example. Actually, I thought of taking the mechanical engineering example, but we don't know the audience who are there. Just I took one common example. We'll take a brainstorming. A brainstorming is a technique where a small group of people will be assembled in a room and they used to watch, or they will be given a topic. They have to comment on that. Just we'll take an example of the summer. In summer, when we put a word as a summer, a lot of things comes into picture. Somebody may say it is hot and sweat. Somebody may say a season as it comes in the April and May. Somebody say it is a holiday. Somebody say it is swimming. Somebody say it is a tour. The kids, if you ask the kids, yeah, grandma home. Then somebody, the youngsters, they will say beach. And if you ask the girls, especially, they will say ice cream. If you say ask the somebody, they will say juice. Somebody say marriage. It is a season of marriage. Somebody say it is a summer camp. Somebody say it is a food expo is arranged. Somebody say we can go for the entertainments. Somebody cold drinks, relaxing. Some may say fans are required, air conditioning is required. Some interesting fellows may say summer means cooling glass is required. Then Holi festival comes in summer, cotton clothes. See, one word has given a lot of ideas. This is how you have to be creative. When you brainstorm, you will get a lot of ideas. Then your job is to coordinate, and you have to bifurcate where they fit and how many ideas you have to take them for the further level. This is how these ideas can be brainstormed and generated. Then the next step is about the mapping. In mapping, you found these are the activities, or these are the themes. You have seen there are a lot of terms about the food, lot of terms about the activities, lot of terms about the weathers, and lot of terms about the needs. We will go back again. I will see the hot and sweat, April and May. These are the conditions about the weather. It comes in the hot, it comes as in the April. And you can see the food. Ice cream is there, juice is there, food expos are there, cold drinks. These ideas comes under the food. Then activities, the swimming is there, marriages are there, going to summer camp, entertainment, relaxing, Holi festivals. These are the activities you can do in the summer. Then the requirements. We need the cotton clothes, we need the fans, we need the air conditioning, we need the cooling glass. This is how we have to, once the idea is generated, you should be able to map and fit where they exactly fit into, suit into. This is how the mapping is to be done. Once the mapping is done, you can able to see what are the categories to be explored to the next. There is a morphological matrix. See, we are seeing it. Holiday, the mapping, beach to entertainment, entertainment to the cooling glass. See, this mapping can be done. Which is related to what? This mapping, once you are able to morphologically matrix, you can able to connect them, then you will get, yes, in the holidays, beach is better for the entertainment, and then you need to wear the cooling glass. Then this is how the flow can be modified. In this way, you can become creative and you can take the idea to the end up. Just it is an example. It is a generalized example. You may not say, sir, what happens if I take the holiday to the beach and entertainment to if I wear the cooling glass? It's just an example. Otherwise, there is nothing connection with this. Just to show you how exactly the connection is to be done in the creativity. Then the Scamper technique I told, you have to have that, there are, it is a long form. Scamper is substitute, combine, adapt, modify, put to other use, eliminate, reverse. Usually, once you get the ideas, then you can make the substitute. You can, if this idea doesn't work, then what will happen? You can adopt. If the wood doesn't work, whether the metal works, whether the plastic works, in that way you can see the substitute. The combining, if you take example of the syringe, the doctor syringe, the doctor syringe is now, it is totally a device which is developed. Earlier, it has taken a lot of developments. It is a combination. You can see that syringe and pump. It is a pneumatically operated and vacuum created. Okay, all those things are developed in. Then adapt. You have to reshape it, tune up it. Then you can modify according to the requirement. Then modify is change about the color or whatever the requirement of the technology. Those things can be adopted. In this way, you can make the better things and put for the another use. If you are utilizing it for one purpose, you can just imagine whether this can be used for the other purpose also. Because a lot of creative people are using even the small kids I have seen, the syringes they are using to make a this earth movers with the help of the syringes only. We never knew the syringes can be used for that purpose. In that way, they put for the another use, and wherever there is a possible to eliminate which are not fit into your, you can if it is not cost effective, you can eliminate it, and you can reverse it or re-engineer it. You can, the sequence can be changed. The first can be put into the last can be put into the first. Then check how exactly it works. These are the tactics can be utilized and managed when you are doing the creativity things. The next one is as I told in the beginning, it should be a new, it should be valuable, it should be economic. Unless until it is economic, we can't accept it as a creative one, because we have to see that whether it is a cost or effective, or whether it is a benefit or not. When we are able to analyze these things, then we can say, yes, it is a creative and it is acceptable. In the beginning only, we can say the cost may be more, but once it grows up, then automatically you can able to reduce the cost also. There are so many technologies involved, prototype making, all those things. Now the 3D printing, all those things will give you better inputs for this valuability. Then the wrapped strategy. The wrapped strategy is you have to change your role. As a role, you are playing it here. Then you just change as a manager to as a worker. If you change your role, then you will understand how exactly or how difficult that product is, or the how process is. Then you have to change your audience. Because you are presenting to this fellow, you just take it to the somebody else. You can ask the comment from them, then they may give the definitely a different answer. Just you have to, when you are in the creative position, you just visit the people who are having the different what is that different perspective. Then you can very easily, then you have to format it. Format means you can change it. Don't go with a monotony. Then you can change the topics. You can make the variety of the additions and deletions. These are the few strategies one can get creativity. And we did one project called as a wheel remover in our undergraduate. It is done in the 2009. Usually when you want to remove a wheel or replace a wheel, we have seen there is a one spanner set, but here we developed a 4 spanner set, a wheel, where we can able to loosen and we can open all the 4 nuts of the wheel simultaneously with this kind of the wheel remover. It has published in the Times of India as in the title of no need of reinventing the wheel. This is how we are also, as a engineering college teachers, we are also part of the creativity. And I have one video also about this. We will see that. And almost I think we have come to the stage. Possibly, shall I check the connectivity for the video? Meantime, it is a 3 minutes video. Yes, just. I think video is not coming up there. Open it.
So with your kind permission, meanwhile, we should have a group photograph.
Yes.
Yeah,
So that-
sure, sure.
Yes, yes. All the members are requested to please turn on your video. Professor Tanu Tundra, please turn on your video if possible. I think she is busy somewhere. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, with this, it is a time to say, if any questions are there, I can take up. And on my behalf, I thank Dr. Ravi Kumar Goyal, Pro President, NJU Chairman, and IIM Jaipur, and Purushottam, National Councillor, IIM Jaipur, Engineer Arun Goyal, Vice Chairman, IIM Jaipur, Dhirendra Malhotra, General Secretary, IIM Jaipur, and special thanks to Pooja Jain ma'am, Associate Professor, IAS University Bhopal, for coordinating this program. And one more thanks to all the, and Preeti Sharma madam, she communicated me in the beginning, and all the technical people who are in the background, who are working for this IIM and Nirvan University, and coming with this webinar series, very successful. And thank you for each and everyone who are directly and indirectly involved in this webinar series. And I am grateful to the IIM Jaipur and Nirvan University for giving me an opportunity for sharing a small, a general topic with you people. And I think I made a justice to my topic. If any opportunity is given, we will connect with you in some other programs also. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. So it was such an engrossing and productive learning session about creative thinking, ways and means. On behalf of IIM and Nirvan University, I would like to take this opportunity to conclude the session with a vote of thanks. I like to express my deep gratitude to Pro-President, Nirvan University, and Chairman, IIMM, Dr. Ravi Goyal, sir, all the dignitaries, and our most valued invited guest, keynote speaker, Professor Dr. D.K. Virana, sir. It was such an insightful and in-depth learning session. Once again, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
For gracing with your expertise-based knowledge, my sincere thanks to Nirvan University team who made this webinar resounding success through their cooperation. Last but not least, thanks to all who attended our live session on Facebook, YouTube. Be tuned with Nirvan University. Stay tuned for more such captivating sessions with Nirvan University, Jaipur. Thank you. Have a good day. Thank you.
Now, officially, we are closing this session. Thanks for Grace's presence and valuable suggestion throughout the session.
Yes.
Sir, with your kind permission, shall we
Yeah, yeah.
wind up this session?
Yes, yes,
Thank
please,
you.
please.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.